Hi, I'm Tim Scott, the licensee of Town Centre Commercial, and I'm here to talk to you about the 3 things that I learned from project leasing in tough economic times and how you can use it to help your next development along. So, project leasing a new shopping centre, it's always a challenge, but doing it in a remote mining town like Newman in a downturn comes with its own unique lessons and challenges. For those that don't know, Newman is about 1,100 kilometres north of Perth, and it's home to Mount Whaleback Mine, which is one of the largest iron ore mines in the world. The mine is run by BHP, who they've had a long history in the town, and they will have a long future in the town. But by 2015, the town faced some challenges. The mining boom had ended, population numbers were dropping, residential vacancy rates were approaching 30%, which is pretty hard to imagine in the current environment. And local amenities were scarce as businesses had closed. There was a Woolworths and some retailers servicing the community from the existing centre, but beyond that, variety was limited. And the residents in town were feeling a bit left behind by the lack of options. So to address this, BHP decided to invest in a new shopping centre as part of their community development initiatives. They engaged me early in the planning stages to provide leasing advice and services, and designing this centre, it wasn't just about adding more retail spaces as there was already older retail vacancies in the market. It was about meeting the unique needs of a community going through some tough economic times. So first, I'll quickly run you through what we managed to achieve. The new shopping centre included an 1,800 square metre supermarket, a 500 square metre cafe and 6 to 7 specialty tenancies ranging from around 60 to 500 square metres each. So some of the key items the locals identified was in a survey was a lack of range of supermarket goods, a lack of food and beverage venues, and not much in the way of fitness facilities in town. We ended up attracting an IGA, which was well received as that broadened the range of supermarket goods available. And amongst a range of small local businesses, we also attracted Chicken Treat and Stat Fitness. But the real favourite was Dome, as Dome gave people a chance to eat and meet inside in a nice new air-conditioned building, which was really lacking in Newman. So what did I learn, and how can you apply that to your next development? The first thing is tailor the centre to the community's needs. Newman's small population and its fluctuating economic conditions, it meant that the project couldn't just follow a standard cookie-cutter retail model. Through surveys and feedback, the community told us they didn't just need shops, they had specific needs for what was missing in a radius of hundreds of kilometres. And the community had told us 3 things. There was not a good large communal space to have a meal and a meeting during the day, and the fitness options were tired, and the range of goods available in the town was limited. So the priorities for us were the large cafe space where we got the Dome, and we also saw Snap Fitness for the fitness needs. And last but not least, the IGA provided a much wider variety of groceries for the market. And it also keeps Woolworths on their toes. So understanding the unique gaps in the local offering was essential, as that led us to design and leasing choices that we may not have otherwise made. And I think all developers and agents should spend time to understand the local community and what they want. Number 2 is to put in the work. So I travelled to Newman numerous times during the leasing process and got to know many of the local business owners. While there, I spent time checking out the existing options and what was lacking in the area, and that led me to really understand the community's feedback. There simply is no alternative to just getting out and spending time on location, especially during tough economic times. It also required some tough conversations, as there was many stakeholders without retail development experience, and so understanding and working the numbers to provide some commercial reality to those stakeholders also went a long way to achieving the outcomes we did. Again, there is no alternative to putting in the time and effort and getting out and immersing yourself. Number 3 is that creative problem solving is crucial. So attracting tenants to Newman during an economic downturn, it wasn't easy. Generous incentives were only part of the solution. But we also had to think outside the box, like providing ideas for tenants for accommodating their staff and transporting their goods to site, assisting them with business plans and setup costs, and just generally going over and above to ensure that the centre was delivered as smoothly as possible. At one stage, we ran mine tours for prospective tenants who weren't based in Newman, so they could see the level of BHP's investment in the town to give them certainty. And all of this was out of the box thinking to ensure that the centre had the best possible chance of success. Leasing this shopping centre was more than just a few transactions. It was about alleviating a community in need. And despite the challenges, the project showed the power of listening to the community, working hard and problem solving. And today the centre is a vital hub for Newman, and I'm proud to have played a role in its story.